Welcome back to another live trading session, traders. Hope that you had an enjoyable day, and we are beginning another session here on Forex Trading Wizard Academy for another live trading here in the market. We are approaching towards another news schedule coming up in. If you look at the calendar here, we are looking at core PC price index and final GDP. Two red folder news gonna make the market absolutely volatile. Currency pairs, yep, we will be looking at. Also, we have I was looking at USD JPY that we can see. Now USD JPY, if you look at in that area, it is in a bullish trend. If we look at the British pound US dollar, also showing that uptrend here. Euro dollar also showing an uptrend here. XAUUSD, that we can see after the previous session's close, the market has made its initial breakout. Now this is, if you look at the daily chart, I'm still not a very fan of this market to break above, and we could see that this market eventually to break below here, and that could be a potential rejection here in that market. So looking at multiple time frame analysis for an entry opportunity here in this market, traders. Before I progress further, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Have you done that? Awesome. I'm waiting for everyone to smash the like button so that YouTube algorithm picks it up, send it further. And also, if you miss to subscribe to the channel, you can do so for more updated education as well as analysis that I am posting every day. Now here I am looking at, if you look at the bigger picture perspective from the daily, there is a daily long inverted hammer that you can see. It was a strong rejection of this higher price, and the market now slowly building its momentum back to the upside. I'm good, thank you very much. How are you? You can share your today's feedback. And here today's high at this level, and we can see this is the daily high that we are looking at in this market for the price action here in that area to retest and potentially to, if you look at here, to reverse back below in that direction here. So the overall market structure here in that area that you can see, this is a long term. If you look at, this is a significant rejection of this higher price, and with that rejection the market might make further correction here. And if you look at today's price, and for me, like from my experience and from the technical analysis, usually I don't see, you can't see usually a price action to go back again that much further to the upside after such a strong rejection. And that rejection is, if you look at, this is a pretty long week rejection, and that rejection is important because if you look at after that strong rejection, there is liquidity sweep, and the market may dive deeper here. Do you think so here? And I would like to post a poll here to see that actually what majority of the members are thinking here. What is your bias on XAUUSD today? What is your bias on XAUUSD today? So I'm posting a poll here, traders, and that's key to look at, and that poll absolutely will bring significant move that you can see here, and that's a key to look at. If you look at here on XAUUSD, this is a pretty long week rejection that you can see, and of that rejection the market is most likely to break below here because there is a long week candlestick pattern, and with that long week candlestick pattern the market to eventually come back down in that direction. DXY will move up to fill gaps, so XAUUSD should go down. Bro, can I take a long trade or short? Alright, so we are looking for short, just a simple answer, but we wanna do further multiple time frame analysis. We will be looking at from three perspective, right? Perspective is very important, guys. If you wanna know perspective, looking at from three angles, right? Let's look at from three angles. The market is technical, fundamental, spiritual, right? That's what the sentiment, right? So you need to look at from three significant angle, and we'll explain later today why it is so important to look at from different perspective. Most of us just go on autopilot, don't look at the perspective, and that's very important to look at the perspective. When you look at the perspective, you can see things clearly that most people don't see. So the first perspective that we will be looking is the technical. Another, guys, another mistake that most people does, that when you look at the perspective doesn't mean that you accept every perspective. When you look at the perspective, the better thing happen is that you can compare which perspective gives you clear idea. And the most mistake that I have seen people does is they look at every perspective and they say that, yeah, okay, this is true, this is true. No, not all perspective is the right. There are some illusion, right? Delusion. So the advantage of looking at different perspective is that you can compare and then you can take the best one, right? So that's what important. Okay, now if we look at the technical, now looking at the technical here, from the technical perspective, that we are not looking at any geopolitics or anything, thus we are looking at the long week, right? Pretty big long week here. That long week from the technical perspective, it is strong selling pressure, and with that strong selling pressure the market is eventually to break below, right? Very simple. What are the factors that can tell us that this market to potentially break below from the technical aspect? Is because there's a strong seller here, right? And we see that whenever the market has broken that high, the candle close here on the daily is way below this level here. If it is closing as a big green candle, yes, there was a higher chance for the market to go back again to the upside. But what we have seen, the market has here in that area, it has a potentially to come down to break below in that area. And with that break below that we can see in this area, the market, as it has formed that long week rejection from the technical perspective, the price action eventually to break below. So we look at that technical point of view in this market, that this is going to be a potentially downtrend. Now I'm looking at here two other factors. We look at the sentiment, and sentiment is important, right? And okay, so there are some because the market is, we saw that there was a gold breakout with the ceasefire plan. It moved back to the upside, and then So you see 8 hours ago. So there is 3 hours ago. There was, I can't read this basically. Israel's Prime Minister, we continue to strike Hezbollah with force, precision, and determination. So some okay, so here we saw that this is so that means there is still some attack going on with Hezbollah in Lebanon, and I think that is where the gold is getting the rejection, potentially some kind of move, because if you look at the gold bullish move that we have seen earlier is ceasefire. See, this is how the reasoning is very important, especially when you are trading, either investing or, it's all about reasoning. So the reasoning, let me tell you what it is. Reasoning is very, very higher faculty work that will give you a very accurate information about something. Let me tell you why, guys. The reasoning is, when there is a cloud, there is rain. Okay, that's the reasoning. So when there is a cloud, there is a rain. When there is a very dark cloud, your pet might dance around. Sometimes animals do that, right? That's also one form of reasoning. So if you see that when there is a dark cloud, your pet dance around, and when you see dark cloud, your pet dance around. Next time when you see that your pet dance around, there is a chance of being a dark cloud. So that's reasoning. So you can relate one information to the other. Now if you look at here, this is what I was looking at. As soon as the war started, we saw that gold had significant drop. It's because of the energy has gone up, like the oil and gas was bullish. So therefore, you can cross it the other way around. When there was a ceasefire deal, gold has gone up, right? Now, I think there has been some kind of ceasefire deal. Is still there are some back and forth, but with the current status, if we look at also, I think there are some Truth Social as well that we discuss in our London session as also, and anything appropriate and necessary for lethal prosecution and destruction of an enemy will remain in place and around Iran. So there will be still some kind of force around Iran will remain. So we have seen that on the Truth Social. Okay. By the way, we see that the data has come out here on gold, dollar. So core PC price index has gone to 0.4% and final GDP is 0.5% this quarter. How does that influences the price action on if you look at on DXY, that you can see here in this area. Now this is the daily market structure on DXY. If you look at, there is a gap open, and with this gap open, as there is a gap open here, if you look at, it's a pretty bigger gap open that you can see, and with this gap open, the price action on DXY has shown a downside movement so far. If you look at the daily, we saw previous day a narrow doji. Now this data has given again potentially upside bias, that potentially bearish for gold. And from the sentiment that you can see the market with the current the situation on the geopolitical as well as the fundamental, we can see that XAUUSD is showing a possible downtrending movement. Bro, can I take a long trade? Yeah, of course. I don't think gold dropped enough since war is back. And if no deal between Iran and USA, which is closing Hormuz, it should drop to 4600. I don't think gold dropped enough since war is back. No deal between. Yes, this is what we can see. So basically, though the deal has reached, but we see it's not very, very effectively working, and we see some back and forth news. So that basically bringing the market again in the original direction of the trend. You guys can see that this is a 1 hour price action, and the market structure here is showing that it is in a downtrend, and that downtrend is significant. If you look at from this high here, the price action tested this high and then rejected back below. So I'm looking at here potential sell as the market overextended back to the upside to this resistance line. I have also posted a poll, guys. You can just cast a vote here to see that who is mostly thinking, which bearish, say 56%, and most of them thinking that this is in a downtrend. So I'm looking at here in that downtrending market structure. So we'll be looking at selling pressure, and we can see that from the technical as well as from the fundamental perspective, XAUUSD is in a downtrend. And that's where we are looking at this market. If you look at here is a drop and there is a pullback, and I'm looking at here for a possible entry of this level, and I think there is a higher chance for further break below. Don't you think so? 30-minute candle close with a long wick, and I would like to take this potential opportunity here with a full risk management and tight stop loss in this area here, and I'm looking at in that zone for a possible sell setup. I will be opening this trade by market. As you can see, the market is here overextended back above, and if it goes up, I have a full lot sizing here, so we'll keep it below for this potential move. So the lot size will be for 194 pip. It's very important that you do the lot sizing, which is essential. Okay, so here I'm looking at for a potential sell. And I'm sharing the same trade in the premium group as well. So here's the market traders. I have shared here the trade that I have opened. This is sell trade that I'm running now, and you got some a little profit running here, and this is sell by market on gold that I have opened. Stop loss placing at 4763.10, and take profit target that I'm placing at 4712.30, and expecting the market to respect that resistance and then potentially to revert back below in the direction of the major trend. And that's what you want to see, potentially a downtrend here. And so yes, if you have opened this trade with me, and also make sure you like this stream. Did you like? And don't miss out to stay connected by subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much. Yep, open that sell in that area. Here is we are looking at. There is a break below, and with this break from this high here, that expecting the market to eventually break below. And this is a drop here, and we have consecutive win every single day in this live session, almost most of the time. Sometimes we are losing trade, it's a part of trading, but here the goal is to find the best trade setup that can give us higher possibility trade setup. If you look at here in this zone that you can see, this is a 15 minutes price action. We saw that there is a news has been released, and there is here in this area the market structure from the 15 minutes perspective. This candle is important because if this one is closing as a potentially a weaker green candle, the chances for the market to break below is higher. And I do open quite a few trades in the live session. You guys have seen that. The goal here is to look for the best trade setup possible in the market, right? Come on. Oh my God. All right, so I'm looking at here. We open sell in this area. This is a pretty long doji that you can see has formed on the 5-minute chart, and that most likely to be if you look at this is a large head and shoulder has formed in this area, and the 50 minutes close is important because how this 50 minutes candle will close will determine if this market is which way potentially be heading. How many times do you take a trade per day? Well, 2 to 3 times, not too many trades. I usually trade less. I used to trade a lot in the past. Also, how many times you guys trade? Share your. It's important to know that who is trading how many. How many times you trade? Two to three times only. Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's the key, guys. Keep less. Okay, less is more in trading. Keep in mind that one. It's always remember. Less is more in trading. So if some upside bias, this might be a stronger liquidity sweep here, and expecting this liquidity grab and the market to eventually reject back below. Okay, that's a very critical question. If we have $200, what should be the lot size? Will depends on your risk exposure. Okay, many other factors. Also, how many people stop loss that you are using. If you are not sure, probably $200 you can use 0.01 lot or use a cent account. Some people use cent account. That will give you more flexibility in terms of the lot sizing. I don't consider it to directly go ahead and create a new higher high. If you only had $200, I would buy a I wouldn't do that. Better to grow the smaller account into a large account. We have, the strategy for those who are in the academy, that we have strategy that works in all account type. Have a smaller account strategy, large account strategy, depending on what kind of trading you are doing. But I prefer to grow my live account. That's how we can keep growing as a trader. Is there any news anymore? Awesome. So it might be forming a possible head and shoulder, I think. Don't you think so? Back to back 2 dodges. So here there is a kind of close on the 15 minutes. And it's a very long week candlestick pattern that you can see. So of this resistance line, the chances that the market to eventually cross this liquidity zone and expecting it to break that low. If you look at back-to-back 2 long weeks, so we might see a potential head and shoulder formation here in that area. And that head and shoulder potentially to break below. And if it breaks below, crossing this support here, we are looking here for another nearly to 80 pip. Okay, so there are some other news. Trump says he is ready for next conquest. Wants Major to remain near Iran until real agreement is honored. Very good. Thank you. So with the current market condition here, that you can see there is pretty stronger movement that you can see in the market, and that if you look at with the final GDP and core PCE price index, we are looking at here in this market for an entry. And if you look at here with the also tomorrow will be few more three important news, CPI, which also will be trading here. Now as the market has, if you look at this price action, as the market had this break below, we are looking at here in that market for another entry setup. Okay, so I'm still holding. We saw there was a break below around 40 pip, and with this break below, if you look at from that zone, this is where there is a rejection of this level, and with a pretty long week candlestick pattern that expecting the market to now, if you look at the 15 minutes price action, we saw that the market has initially dropped, and the chances for this market to come back down here, which having a stronger liquidity sweep in that area, that expecting the market to respect and then to return again back below in that support level. So this is what, you know, the key here is to look for a position that can give a sudden drop, not always. Thank you very much. How does the Profer Morgan, how is, come on, you guys can see in the premium group we had a great feedback, and I really, you know, today I had some we have the members chat group. For those who are in the chat group, you are welcome. And this is everything. Let me bring some of the feedback, and I'm really proud to share that here. We have a genuine group. Now, for those who are waiting to join the premium group, each Sunday there is a each Sunday there is Zoom session. Don't miss out that Zoom session where you can see the real trading system that I'm trading, along with the interactive discussion session where you can see how trading works and how you can grow your trading account consistently. So the feedback is absolutely important to look at, if you look at, guys. And this is our, you know, we have an open chat group in different platform, and that you might find it rarely having an open chat group, all right, where the members are free to share their feedback, right? And we trade together. Profit confirmed, profit, yes, copied the profit, confirm profit, and that's what we need, right? Profit. Pay the bills, take the profit. But you need to take a lot of difficult hassle, like I tried a lot of business when I begin. Nothing I found easier than trading, because this is where, if you guys look at, it's freedom, right? You just need a laptop. Sometimes it is just a mobile phone. Everyone has that. You don't need a laptop, you need a mobile phone. That's all. Can you find any business that just need a mobile phone and you can do it without almost, smaller account? If we leave 200, okay. Would you rather trade on founded? You guys see that? Thank you. When I'm trading, I want to trade it with when the market gives me the highest probability, right? Do you know that the most trader who makes real money, who knows when to take risk and when not to? Don't take risk is not making you as well profitable. You need to take risk when it is needed, and that is trading. Okay. Is your screen? Oh, come on. So this is what I was talking about, that the feedback in the group, right? And I opened that, but I forgot to turn on the screen anyway. It happens sometimes. So this is a real feedback from the members in the group. We have an open group. Profit confirm, profit, confirm profit. Come on. Okay, so profit confirm. So this is what here we are looking at, and thank you very much. Okay, here so you can see the market with a long wick candlestick pattern. It is showing here in that area potentially, we saw there was a break below. Now it's trying to push back here, but I'm still looking to see the market to come back down. And with that break below, they're expecting the market to come down here to cross this low and then to create a new lower low here. If you look at here, with quite a few long wick doji, those doji, they are in fact a rejection of this support. But if you look at that overall, the market may here break below in that direction, right? And that's directional bias is crucial, because the market is still can go up, but because there is a long-term downtrend here, I'm looking at for another wave of drop in that zone here. All right, cool. With a double top here, there is a possibility for the market to come down back below. And with this coming down back below, if you look at, this is a trend line. There's another trend line here. And with two trend line, there is a double top and looking to see to break below here in that area. Okay, we see finally has broken back below, and I'm on profit now at the moment. And I'm on profit, and I would like to see the market is maintaining the downtrend here. And we'll be holding on to the trade, guys. I'm on it, and I'm looking for entry back below here to this support level. Okay, I'm on it. So are you guys running the trade? Blank screen. I think it's gone now. It came out. Welcome. So you see some kind of consolidation pattern formation here in this area, and with this if you look at here of this is a critical consolidation zone that you can see in that area, and of that critical consolidation the market eventually coming that level. We see whenever coming down it's getting rejection above, but it finally drop back below. We might see that entirely, but I think that coming back to this that area of imbalance here in that zone. Okay, there is another liquidity sweep here in that area that has given the momentum on XAUUSD to potentially drop down further back below. I'm not sure if the market really goes back again. Just been hourly candle closed, and looking at the 4-hour price action, it's a little unusual to see if the market goes again for another higher high. Thank you. Now with this move from this high here, there is one move, pullback, expecting another move. If the market cross this new lower low here, which is nearly to below this level, which is nearly to 80 pip down back below here, if the market cross this low, we can cross 80 pip, which is not bad. This is a trend reversal trade, by the way. When you take a trade, take a deep breath, right? Taking a deep breath is important. We mostly forget it, especially when you're on the trade. Take a deep breath. What is the most things that you do 24/7, 365 years a day. "365 days a year." It's breathing, right? There's no stoppage in it, but you don't even remember it. By the way, guys, did you like this stream? Make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. This move that we can see, little surprising for me, but let's see that where it is heading. More often the reversal happen like that, and daily price action has so far from this support trying to push back to fill that long wick. But let it go, right? So if it goes up, then let it go up, and it's gonna potentially create a new higher high. If it does, we have our stop loss a little higher. We will be looking for, usually what I do is, if I have one trade didn't work out, I try to cover from the next trade, so we'll have a recovery trade if it doesn't work out. We have quite a few reserve here with trades. We have opened multiple trades every single day. From this we got 66 pip, but we didn't take the profit. Entry was 4744.559. I'd go ahead and retest the high. Okay, so the market is potentially to retest this high here, and if that goes up, could move the stop loss, but I wouldn't. I'll be waiting for the next setup. In that case, might be further extension back above. And if we look at the daily 50% long week, probably you'll see that 50% long week retest. If that's the case, we'll be waiting for the 50% long week retest that we are seeing here in this area. Getting some stronger rejection of this level here. Okay, welcome to this live session, and we're hopeful for this move. Now back below, we see the market reach that resistance line. Is there any breaking news here at the moment? Okay, so from none of these people, including our own, very disappointing, not to understood anything unless they have pressure placed upon them. There's a truth social that none of these people, including our own, very disappointing. It's about the NATO, and so that's why it's yellow holder. And I always look at the category of the news so that we know that which is more important for us looking at as a trader. And in addition, also that I'm looking at traders here, what's happening in the WTI and also USDJPY. WTI said there was a gap open, and the market has entirely broken back below. the gap opening and breaking below on WTI was a potential call for a change of trend that you can see here in that area. However, with a double bottom, the market has reverted back here to the upside that you can see, which is that you can see the market from this support, it reverse back to the upside with a double bottom formation. And if this market is going to go up further on oil, because there was this is the biggest break in this entire, there's one here if you look at, and then there is this one here, but this one is the biggest break of this bullish channel that you can see. You can spot this bullish channel that has formed on oil, and with this movement that you can see on WTI, there is a break here, and you show this is a new higher high, and we see another break. But if this one is maintained to bounce back, we could see that this market is eventually going to create a new higher high. If that's the case, I'm still looking to see that potentially gold to remain downside here, right? Because oil and gold normally use opposite directional trend. Sometimes they go in the same direction depending on the market, but more often there's an opposite directional trend. Now you see that gold, when oil is going up, slowly up, gold is in a pullback. So it's critical to look at actually what kind of market structures might be forming. Now, there's a double top. We're almost nearing to the end of this. And with a double top, it's almost nearly a triple top. 1, 2, 3, triple top. And off this triple top, there is a chance for the market to slowly break and then to continue and then to continue further down here. This is what I'm waiting to see. I mean, if you're running this trade, can you share your feedback? And I think there is a double top, triple top, and there is a chance for another wave of drop in that area, and that might bring that market further downside here. Looking forward to see here a potential downtrend, and which is key to look at here in that area. The market successfully break below. there might be further potentially side bias. For the first 30 minutes that you have seen, the market has tried to break this high after this initial move, and okay, trying to break below triple top. Don't you think it's gonna come back below 4744? Should go lower tonight towards, yes, I am also in the bearish side. No matter how far it's gonna go up, I'm still bearish on gold, because if you look at the daily, the previous day was massive rejection, and that has given a momentum here in this market. And no matter how far it goes, I don't think gold will be able to go much further to the upside. And if it finally managed to break below, we might see that coming back to 4600 potentially. Even it could go lower. If it breaks, then you can expect this swing low, and then coming even this swing low here, because this is the starting of this move, right? And the market, if it breaks here, so you can see that here it has created double top and then downtrend. So there's a consolidation here, break of structure. Now this is another possibility for the market to return again in the direction of the trend. So this is where you can see that here in this market. slowly creating that kind of structure here that you can see. Yeah, this you can see a lot of long wicks. So a lot of long wicks basically represents that there is a rejection, there's a pressure. It might try to go up further and then could continue to reverse, or you might see that just that this is maintaining at the bearish price action and then coming down back below. You update your premium membership members after your live is over if you still have any open trades. Yes, so with the premium group, all those trades being updated and also regularly giving a briefing and also regular update in the premium group always. And for those who are in the premium group can get access to all the regular update, trade setup, and also courses at the top of your group. You can see that it's pinned at the top of the group where you can regularly access the courses, everything. So it's a one-stop place that you can learn and grow as a trader. So for those who have joined, you can just head on to the premium group chat group, the Telegram group where I'm sending the signals update. At the top you can find the pinned all the courses, education as well as analysis. Different music here. We have to take this one as a stop loss. Okay, we're out. I'm stopped out. That's fine. We will be looking for the next entry. Part of trading, isn't it? We'll be looking at it. Has I think it's basically grabbing more and more liquidity of this level. There's another 4-hour candle close coming, which is in a few minutes, and this might now push back up. So it is now creating a potential short-term upside bias here. Okay, so with this upside bias, if you look at here, the only thing that you can do here is to see that if it is going up further before the candle close, we can take a move, right? I think it's gonna go back to the previous daily 50% long wick. Okay, so if you look at here, yeah, previous daily 50% long wick 4787 can touch, and this will be interesting move to see. At any point you could see the market will have that reversal back below here in that market. Okay, so do you update your, okay, yeah, absolutely. Can you, yeah, I'm updating SLP. And also, if you guys look at that, all the trade that we, you know, that open, and also there is a complete statistics, and also because each successful entry or unsuccessful entry had a definitely a reason behind it, right? That's where we need to look at. One trade will not make you rich, or neither will make you poor if you do the proper management on the trade. But once you know how it works, it becomes easy for the next one, because every time you're gonna just keep learning here. Now I'm also learning, right? Everyone is learning here. I still learn these days. So trading is a long-term learning journey. Can you sell here? I wouldn't do that now, because if you look at it, I would like to look at a completely fresh perspective here, that to see actually what kind of market structure it is creating. If you look at here, you can see that there was a extended consolidation, two-sided, trying to create an inverted head and shoulder. Okay. Do you think sell? I still don't think so. I think it's gonna reach a lot. It's going back to nearly to 50% of the daily long week, and with this, of this 50%, with the daily from the intraday, after this 4-hour candlestick pattern, it has entirely got back up. That's a key area of value. Now it's in a very sharp uptrend at the moment. keep pushing high. There is an extended fair value gap in this area, and with this fair value gap, the market is slowly creating its structure, which eventually could go back here to the resistance line. Thinking to go long or thinking to go short? What's your bias here? Let's look at, we saw the data has come out, and with the calendar, we are looking to see also tomorrow there will be a pretty significant data coming on dollar and CAD. Short position maintained. I think it's going to fill yesterday's candle week. How many of you think that it's gonna fill the full long week? It's nearly, I think, approaching the 50%. And yes, so it's now at 50%. Crossing the 50%, going to the golden ratio. See here. It's at 50%. Now exactly at 50%. And in case the market really goes up and cross the daily high, then it is not unusual to see the entirely breaking above. Okay, so therefore, looking at this lower time frame, prepare to get a reversal at any point in time. It's on daily 50%. And okay, I will be looking to again open a sell position from the daily 50%, and I'll just keep a bit of above this level, because I don't want to take this trade if the market breaks this swing high. So it's gonna be the tightest stop loss that you can see with current volatility. And from this, just if the market cross this high, so the stop loss will be nearly to 90 pip, 4780.90. If the market goes up, create a new higher high, I will be out again. But if the market comes out in our favor, they're looking to see stopping coming back below. It's gonna be a massive trade if successfully open up. So it is important that, guys, you always use risk management is the key. Okay, so make sure you put a stop loss here, and I'm using, also sharing in the group. and putting the stop loss very tight at 4780.89 and TP target here at 4741.03. Okay, they're expecting it to reject. If it doesn't reject, then we will be again, another one will be stop loss, but that's fine. We need to take sometime risk, smaller risk for bigger gain. That's how trading is, guys. Don't be afraid to take risk, but afraid to not to manage the risk. That's the key to trading, right? The previous one didn't work out, but this one, if it is successfully work out, we can take more than that. That's what we want to see that. It's coming down here. $77 pip. Awesome. Running profit. When you catch a 100, it's going 100 pip, 100 pip profit running. Running here 110 pip now. Okay, we see there is a massive drop, and I want to hold on to that because, as I mentioned earlier, it reached the daily 50% long wick. If it's successfully, we can take the profit at this point, but I want to hold on to that. It's gonna be, if we successfully move back below, we'll be able to see a significant move here, and because we didn't work out the previous trade, this one goes well, we can take more than the previous one. It's gonna be huge. If successfully moves well. Okay, I'm holding on to that, and chances that the market will be back below here in that area. If we can see successful move, we can take this whole entire move back below to the support. Okay, I'm holding on to that. I think still there is a potential for downside move in that area here. Here it's breaking below that you can see. All right, so you can see bearish price action. If the market breaks this swing low, we will be bringing the stop loss at entry here, and that will give us further lower low possible here in that market. You will be seeing that here in that market. Let's see that where it is heading. Expecting a break below here, and if it successfully break below here, then I'm looking for the market to eventually drop down in that support level here to see that where the market is heading in that direction. Couldn't take the profit. It's trying to break, I think, further upside here, and I'm still not doing the break even because we want to take little higher move here back below. Not taking it because I want a smaller profit here, and okay, so with this double top, and now if the market reject off this level, you can expect a new lower low. So we want to see that this swing low to break. If it successfully break, we will be moving the stop loss at entry here. Getting back below of this level, that might be bringing this market downside, and you could see the price action to come down here to this support. That might bring that market further lower here. See that where it is heading. Okay, so the market here is trying to off this level. We see few long wick rejection in that area that you can see here, and with this long wick now we can see the market slowly building its momentum back below, which is a good move that you can see. Short position maintained. Thank you very much. I think it's going to fill up yesterday's candle when it would be so basically if you look at the yesterday's there was a long week and the market might be coming to fill that long week here, and that could be that the price action coming to break below and then coming back to this support level here. That's potentially be coming in that zone. So here is if you look at the candle is closing on the 15 minutes. Now this 15 minutes candle close is important because if this one is closing as a narrow doji or a smaller body, chances for the market to come down, and I'm holding on to that, because if it is coming to 4750 guys, that's gonna be almost to 210 pip move that we can expect. But I'm still waiting for the market, because if it fail move from that, chances for the price to go back to this previous liquidity zone, which is 4750, or even you can expect it to come further lower here in that area. And this is what you can see, the market is trying to break that recent level of support here in that area. Thank you. We're trying to break it up, and yeah, because we had a bigger profit target here, that if the market doesn't move in that direction, as you can see, very tight stop loss, because I want to keep the stop loss very tight here and want to see the market is here maintaining that move back down here to the support level. Might be going up. We had almost 120 pip on my objective here. expecting it to return again. We saw that at entry, if the market, as I mentioned here, so it failed to create a higher high, expecting it to continue to drop back down here below to this support level to create a new lower. We can see some more in that direction that going on, and going down, and the chances for another drop, what do you think? We are now on profit again in that area, thinking okay, so yeah, I'm on the trade, and the market here, if you look at it, it's in a downtrend, and chances for the price action to drop down here back below is higher. Cool. Here is, we can see the market is trying to break below. We're expecting the price action to come down here to this support, and then potentially to continue to trend back down in that area. All right, I'm holding on to that. How many of you hopeful that this market will continue to drop? It's maintaining the downtrend here, and we are well moved on this one, 110 pip running profit. And now I'm moving the stop loss at entry to make sure that at least we are not going again in the negative. You guys with me? So the moving the stop loss at the entry, that means where the price was 4769.55. Still holding on to that, and it dropped to that support. Of this support, they're expecting the market to eventually continue to break below. Okay, running in profit, and here we can see a narrow doji formation which could create that downside momentum back below. Okay, I'm almost nearing to the break even, and someday highly profitable, someday break even. So we might see the market now to revisit that, and I will not be risking this trade anymore. It's almost break even, so we are leaving it here. And if you look at today's Thursday, later today there will be more entry coming as the market is slowly getting pretty volatile. And I think my plan here, guys, on the daily, if you look at from the 50% of this daily move, the market is slowly getting rejection. If it successfully break off that level, the chances for this market eventually to come back further below is higher. And that being said, I'm coming on live every day twice, and tomorrow is Friday at the end of the week. So for those who are dedicated here to learn to trade and grow as a trader, that, as if you guys look at tomorrow, is another big trading day, Friday, last day of trading week, and I will be trading coming here live twice every single day to trade the market with all of you. And as for those who will be joining tomorrow, if we have some opening in the premium group, you can get access to exclusive trading tools and ideas that I would like to see you there, guys, again trading. Until that, stay well, stay happy, and I hope that you enjoyed, you learned here. Focusing, learning is the most important part in trading, and once you become the fluent on it, you can grow your account consistently by becoming a professional profitable trader. Thanks for joining here, and I'll see you again very soon. Until that, stay well, stay happy. Thank you.